action thriller type of movie that is now streaming on Netflix. I think it got released on Netflix about a week ago. I might be getting my dates crisscrossed, but I'm pretty sure it was last week. Like I said a few videos ago, I'm going to be posting some of my reviews a little out of order and a little late since I took that little 2-week hiatus doing some stuff. So if a video is late or a review is late or whatever, just bear with me, please. I'm trying to get rid of the backlog of videos that I have stored in my files. So like I said, Sweet Girl, Netflix movie, action movie. It stars Jason Momoa and Isabella Merced. Is it Merced or Merced or Merced? No, Merced wouldn't make any sense. I don't think she's French, and I don't think the D is silent. So it's either Merced or it's Merced. I don't know, whichever one sounds better. I do apologize, Isabella. I get a lot of people's names wrong on this channel. The film was directed by Brian Mendoza. The basic story revolves around Jason Momoa and his daughter, played by Isabella Merced, his wife, who falls ill with a very terminal illness. One day she gets approved for some treatment that could save her life from this pharmaceutical company, but then one thing leads to another. The pharmaceutical company eventually ends up pulling the treatment. Unfortunately, Jason Momoa's wife passes away as a result. Now him and his daughter are out for revenge. They're out to bring down this big pharmaceutical company, and the more that they try to dig into this company to try to figure out what's behind this conspiracy, the more trouble they get in, the more people start coming after them. And so you have an action movie with Jason Momoa and the girl from Transformers: The Last Knight. I shouldn't associate her with Transformers: The Last Knight. She deserves better than that. She also was in Dora the Explorer, you know, the live action Dora the Explorer movie, unless that wasn't her and I'm just getting my actresses mixed up again. The positives for this movie. This is not gonna be a particularly long section of the video, but you know, there are some positives. There are some things I enjoyed about this film. For starters, I really liked Jason Momoa in this movie. And normally, Jason Momoa is one of those charismatic, big bro type of actors that you always go into a movie and you think, okay, Jason Momoa is gonna be likable. But in this movie, he had to be more than likable. There was a lot of heartbreaking and really sad shit going on in some parts of this movie. And for what the movie was asking of Jason Momoa emotionally, I thought that he reached a depth that I didn't know that he had, actually, if I'm gonna be honest. There are a few action scenes in this movie involving him. They're not all choreographed the way that you want them to. You feel like the choreography could be a little bit tighter, but there are some moments where you're like, okay, action, Jason Momoa kicking ass. This is what I signed up for. For like the first 20 to 30 minutes, I was on board. I was invested in what was going on, and I wanted to get to the bottom of this conspiracy with Momoa and his daughter. You know, for what it's worth, they did a good job at getting you hooked into the movie. Fortunately, this is one of those things where they hook you in the beginning of the movie and then they just kind of let you off the hook for the rest of the movie, both literally and figuratively. It's a very cliche movie. It's a story that's unremarkable and very unmemorable, kind of forgettable if you really want to look at the grand scheme of things. Story that you've definitely seen before. It's a story that at times will feel a little bit derivative and a little bit contrived. You'll feel like you've seen things in this story that are taken from better movies and just applied here. I don't really trust law enforcement to do anything in a movie other than like look for shit and then fail. Like that's what law enforcement feels like they're supposed to be in movies like this. But in this movie, my God, the FBI took incompetence to a whole other level. Like everything they did in the movie, they basically just arrived a day late at the information that everybody else already has, including the audience. You could have had Clifford, the big red dog, okay? You could have had McGruff, the crime dog. You could have had, I don't know, Scooby-Doo in the gang. I don't know why I'm just picking a bunch of dogs associated with solving mysteries. You could have picked pretty much anybody. You could have picked the kids from the Magic School Bus show. The biggest problem with the movie is that the movie starts to have breakdowns in logic way too much as it gets into the second and the third acts of the movie. And then the movie has a thing that it's gonna do to you. There's a twist that happens in this movie. It's a pretty big twist and it kind of recontextualizes the entire movie for you. For some people, the twist is gonna work and they're gonna be like, okay, that's cool. And then for other people, it's gonna be like, well, that twist kind of ruins the whole movie now. For me, it kind of explained some things that I had an issue with earlier, but then when it came to other things, I was just like, no, the twist actually makes the whole movie not make that much sense anymore. By the time the twist had happened, I was already emotionally where I was gonna be on the characters in the story. So for this twist to happen and for them to like reshape the whole movie, it's kind of like, well, I'm like 85% through the movie. I don't really care anymore. I get what they were going for, and I do think that this movie had potential, and I could definitely see a better movie built somewhere in the middle of this movie. But the bottom line is that Sweet Girl was a very disappointing watch for Netflix. I'm gonna leave this one in small Smallville. Have you seen Sweet Girl? What did you think about it? Give me your favorite Jason Momoa movie of all time. Put that in the comment section down below. Please like and subscribe to the Superfan Show, and if you like what you see, tell me how you feel, and stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Peace.